start the recording. Let me know when you're done, when you're ready. Okay. Yeah, welcome to the next EESSI Happy Hour. If I count correctly, it's the 9th EESSI Happy Hour. So today we're starting a new topic series, building software on top of EASY. And the first session in that series is using EasyBuild and controlling the settings via EESSI-extend. Before we jump into that, okay, so here is a little bit an update about EASY. So we have now about 600 unique software packages in EASSI 2023-06 and about 110 in the new EASSI version 2025-06. Then what you also see on the slide here is a screenshot from the EOSC EU notice from the web interface for that. So many of those who work in an academic institution can log in there, and they actually get free credits, I think, every month if they are renewed. And so you can do all kinds of stuff there. For example, you can also launch virtual machines. And since a few days, it's possible that you can launch a virtual machine with EASY enabled on this. So you can either scan the QR code and log in there, or you can use the link, and then you can launch a virtual machine. It takes a little time until the machine actually runs, and then you can also find information how you can log in with SSH to the machine. And actually what you can see there is there's a list of available tools, and EASY is not yet on the top spot there. So please upvote EASY Compute Node tool so that EASY gets up on the list. So now to the topic of this session. So
maybe one thing to add, Thomas, on the EOSC thing. We're going to write out a blog post on this as well with some details and context and what you can do, and probably have a step-by-step example of how to set up a VM with EASY through the EOSC.
Yeah, I think maybe that's very good, because I think first time you use it, it may be a little bit tricky to get actually to the machine. So launching is relatively easy, but getting to the machine is a little bit tricky. Okay, so today the topic is using EasyBuild and controlling the settings to build using the EASSI-extend module. Right at the top here, there's a link to our documentation which explains this in a lot of detail. So what I will try to do today is just give a very brief overview of that. So what you see here is the first command sources a script, and then this initializes lmod and also loads EASY version 2023-06. And then the second line just loads EasyBuild. I think that's the latest version we have right now in EASY. And then what you see below is when you run eb-show config, what the settings are. So those are, let's say, default settings you will probably find in many EasyBuild installations when you have just installed EasyBuild. Of course, the paths and so they are different, depending on where you are in the system. But since, for example, EasyBuild 5, we have the RPath setting to true. And what you can also see is that the EASY configs that they're actually taken from the EASY installation that is available via CernPimFS. So that's an example. I can also show you later in a demo. If we go next, so probably here we'll see not much. So what happens here is, again, we initialize EASY. And then instead of loading the EasyBuild module, we load the EasyExtend module. And that also loads the EasyBuild module. And then when we run eb-show config, we see a lot more settings. And it's really difficult to read. I marked in green just to give a little bit of impression here. Those that were already available via the sort of standard EasyBuild module when you load that. And what is marked in red, I would like to focus on the next slide. So I've just really removed most of the other ones. So I just want to go through these now step by step. So the first thing is maybe what you see is filter depths, and there are a number of packages that are already available in the compat layer. And we don't want to build modules for those when we build on top of Easy, because we don't have to. The next one is filter dash and dash was that is to filter LD library path settings in the module files. So we don't want to do that because we use rpath linking in Easy. The next thing that is also very important is the hooks. So when we build an Easy, we use EasyBuild hooks, and you also have to use those. Then there is something else. So mixed green install path and red. So the install path was already available when you just load EasyBuild, but the actual setting is different here. So, and the setting here is done in a way, so the value is in a way done that is in line with how we install software also in Easy under CernVFS. So it has some main directory, Easy, then versions, then the actual version, software, the OS, and then the CPU architecture. Of course, when we do this via EESSI-extend, we also use rpath. And then we have two more settings here on the slide. One is a strict rpath sanity check, so we ensure that rpath is used. And then we also have sysroot. That sysroot is used to find tools from the OS, not in the sort of standard location, but under the compat layer. So let me see what is next. So this gives you a little bit overview of what you can also control with EASY-extend. So if you go back, so there the installation part is basically my home directory and then Easy as a subdirectory. So this is done automatically without telling where to install when I load the EASY-extend module. And that's because if I don't tell the module where to install software or how to install, then it assumes that I use this easy_user_install location and with the value of home/easy. So you can also, of course, use that to point it to a different location under your home directory. Then there's a second location you can use, easy_project_install. So where you can install software that is shared by a project, what you typically find on an HPC system. Admins on a site, they can use easy_site_install. And there you don't say point it to a location, but you just say yes, basically yes or no. And if you say yes, then it installs software in a very specific path. And Easy is configured. So the init scripts are configured such that when Easy is initialized, it takes into consideration also these software packages that are under this location. And the last one, easy_cmfs_install is used for CernVFS administrators. So basically those who add software to the shared Easy stack. So let me now maybe go to a show. Okay, so here I'm logged in on a machine. So if I check, there's no module loaded. And so actually what I have here is, what you see is I have a number of modules available, but I can, instead of, so that's another method. Once after I run this script to source init, I can now just load the module for easy. I don't have to do this again. Sorry, that was wrong, of course. Okay, so now this is loaded. If I check again what is available, so then I see here now two things. That is software that's available built with CUDA on this machine, and also software that is CPU only. And there should be something. Let me check. I hope I can see this. Sorry. Yes. So, and what I did here is, if I do, sorry. So I also do this EasyBuild. Then I run eb-show config. I did actually a little bit more than what I showed on the slide. I also changed the location for the installation to plain EB, but just because I have multiple installations here on this machine. Okay, and so the order is a little bit different for how the modules are shown, but that I installed a couple of modules there. But what you see here is also the normal values, variables that are set with EasyBuild, just a few. If you go to the other one here, you see what I have here. So here I again have to load the module. And then I can maybe see what I have here. Okay, so now it's just let's see. No, sorry, that's all on the end. Let me try this. Let's. Okay, there's too much. I have to go back. There's too much software in Easy.
Should we fix that, or?
No. It's too much software in Easy.
This is because you're seeing all these extensions, right?
Yeah, that's what happens when you try so many things before and then suddenly it's different. Okay. Okay. Oh, I totally messed up. Let me try something else. Module use. I think it was like easy. No. Maybe it's quite as okay. What is it? Okay. So okay, now this is in front. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so now this is in front, and what you see here is also software I have built. And what you can also see, of course, I have to load this EASSI-extend module. Just show you the settings. Okay, do this. Okay, so what you see here now is that we have many more settings, as I try to show. And for example, there are the filter depths, reliable paths, filtered hooks, and so on. Yeah, and so what I tried to, when I prepared for this, was a bit to show you why are all these settings needed. So if I go back to here, so for example, let me try, what did I do? Yeah, but that was not the right thing to know. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so these are all modules that I built with plain EasyBuild and stored it here. And what you see here is, for example, that there, in a couple of these models, not all, there's a library path set. And it can be that this doesn't lead to problem, but in general, we don't want this because we don't rely on a library path, we rely on our path. So that's more secure to not get any surprises. What you also see is maybe here we can see this if you go to this. So for example, here you can see what we filter, and some of these packages you will recognize when I go back here. So for example, I think I don't know, maybe Flex. Let me see if Flex was there. So Flex, for example, is filtered, and because we have it already in the compatibility layer. But here in this plain EB installation, Flex was a dependency of some of the packages, and then because we don't filter it, it was installed also, and that's not needed. There was something else. Yeah. So I tried to find, so maybe there was a surprise for me since we use EasyBuild 5 was that sort of because now all the APA settings are included or done with EasyBuild 5, there was actually not any problem with these packages I built without the EESSI-extend module. Apart from, let's say, these reliable paths that are found in the module files. Okay, so I think that was more or less what I wanted to show. I can maybe also go, do you see this web page? Yeah, so that's the web page which explains how you build on top of Easy. And then we can maybe go back to the presentation, and there is a question, I think.
Yeah, Richard's question is the CUDA compute capabilities you see in the show config output. That's also different from normal EasyBuild or default.
Yeah, that's also a difference. Yeah. So okay, so you can say what the EasyExtend model is doing for you is that it takes care of all kinds of settings to make your life easier, so that you don't have to worry which settings are needed and which you don't need. And also because when we build software in Easy, we also use the same EasyExtend module to add software to Easy. So you can be sure that the right settings are used when you build software on top. Okay.
There's one important detail there that's maybe worth highlighting. We indeed use EasyExtend also when building stuff to be included in Easy, but there we also control the build environment. We have a build container that we first spin up, and then in there we load.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a spoiler.
A spoiler alert for the next session.
For the next session. But just so people know, we do a little bit more than just the extend.
Yeah. But I was really surprised. So it really was. I had a hard time to find something that doesn't use Python, and then maybe run into some problem. when you just use EasyBuild without the EESSI-extend module. There was one thing. I'm not
we
sure
also have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alex is asking which paths are being set when using easy site install. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we can maybe just check this here. Well, so what I can do is I can just say module help easy extend that will probably maybe not tell you really what path is set. So you have also basically also sort of part of what is on the slide is also or on the slide was part of what is written here. So if easy site install but doesn't really tell you where this is. So the only maybe what we can do is I'm not sure. Show extend. Now I think we have to look at the module file to really see this. Okay, and then site install. Okay. So basically, we get here, we initialize some, we could just get it from the environment, and then let's maybe go and see what this is doing. Okay, so this just ensures that we don't use CMFS and site install at the same time. Okay, yes. Okay, so I think so. What we get here basically is we're getting the easy install path from this variable, easy site software path. And then I'm looking for something where sort of there's some substitution. Maybe I just should look for host injections directly. Injections, and it's not here. That's interesting. And now anyone knows where this is done?
Maybe the easiest way is try to export the variable, then reload the easy extend and show the path where it's gonna install.
Yes, okay. That's a good idea. Okay. Okay, so we just say export the site install one, then we load the module again. Okay, now it's not really happy. Site install, if you have user install set, okay, then. Again, okay, so now this looks good, and then we can show the setting. Yeah, okay, so so then what you see here, now the path is, close this one here. So basically what site install is doing is it replacing what we normally have under CernMFS, where the shared software stack is, where here we have versions, and we replace this with host injections. Yeah, and then it will install software there, but that of course means that this is accessible. Yeah, so I guess I haven't done anything special here, so it could be, I'm not 100% sure that this is just pointing to the standard location. Yeah, so this is just pointing to the standard location. So what you can do is you can reconfigure this for your CMFS clients, or you could also create that directory. Yeah.
We should probably explain a bit what's going on here, because this is a weird concept, right? So this host injections directory that we have in the EASSI repository is what's called a variant symlink in ServMFS. So this is a symbolic link to some location which has a default, which is the opt-easy one. But you can change the location of the symbolic link in your ServMFS configuration, so on the client side. So by reconfiguring CVMFS, you can change the target of the symbolic link. And then you can, if you're not happy with opt-easy, if you want to make this a directory on GPFS or on Duster or whatever, you can easily do that. And by doing so, we have a fixed location. It's always going to be host injections that we install stuff to, but you control where it actually goes on the system. And then this is used for, this is system-wide extra installations for EASSI. So they will actually also appear as if they are part of EASSI, but they're really not. They're custom installations that you've done on top and that you control the location. So this gives, this is perfect for us. We need a fixed location to install stuff too. But actually, in reality, you're in control over where things are put on which file system things are actually being installed.
Okay, maybe that was another question. Check.
Module path has to be set to. It automatically picks up from the host injections.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's for site installation. Yes, that is the init script, either the init script or the module takes care of that. So you don't have to do that. The only thing they have to sort of worry about module path is if you don't use the EASSI-extend module, or sort of if you use, for example, if you want to install a specific directory and you don't use the EASSI-extend module. So, but of course, this is not what we would recommend.
So then, maybe Thomas, if you can show the module path.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So here we have. So what we have here is basically under my home directory that was done with the user install. Then and then we have host injections with for the GB accelerator, and then we have sort of for CPU only software. Then we have sort of the So that's then software for the accelerator, but from the shared software stack. That's for the CPU only software, and that is where we have the sort of EASSI init module. So various locations and yeah.
What's also worth mentioning is that when people do just set up the EASSI environment for using it, not for building stuff, but just for using it, it will also pick up on the host injections path. Yes. And that will also be put first in module path. So when you, as a site manager, let's say, do extra installations through EASSI-extend with EASSI site install, those will automatically be picked up for anyone initializing EASSI. Yeah. And they will also get preference over the stuff that's already in EASSI. So if you rebuild something with the same name, your installation will win over the one we ship with EASSI.
Mm. Yeah, so that's the difference between, let's say, if you look at here, different ways where we can use the sort of this EASSI-extend module, user install, project install. Those are not automatically set if you just initialize EASSI, but everything that you do with EASSI site install, that is automatically then also available. If you have something under user install or project install, you have to set these variables and then load the EASSI-extend module to get again access to that, or you would know where these modules are. Then you can also say module use module path. Yeah. Okay. More questions?
Yeah, maybe also other questions. So unrelated to building software on top of EASSI, they're also welcome towards the end of the happy hour. Or if there are no questions, that's okay as well.
Implementing all of this in a pipeline, I guess, is a topic for the next session.
Well, for the next session, we will show you how we build stuff to be deployed in EasyBuild itself. So all the automation,
No.
the EasyBuild and deploy bots, build environment.
No, you are exposing the upcoming sessions. So
yeah, I know. That's what we're going to talk about next. So I'm not sure, Yuri, what you mean with a pipeline.
So I'm now looking at a task. We have a GitLab CI pipeline to build EasyBuild stuff locally, and now I need to extend this to include Easy. So we will have like a local software repository that's built on top of Easy that will serve as like a staging area so that users can test it before we submit it upstream and get it eventually included as a part of Easy. And I'm looking into automating all of that. So it's just a Git repository where you drop a easy config file and then all the magic happens transparently. So this is now my task. And I imagine this kind of setup will be, I guess, to some degree common at many HPC sites. And I don't know, maybe I can document my experience and then have that as a basis for some documentation chapter or something like that.
So for the next session, basically, we're going to demonstrate without using the bot how we build in Easy. So we will apply things manually and explain what happens step by step. And in later sessions, as Kenneth said, we will also be covering what the EasyBot does. So how we automate the whole process and how we build software in Easy for the 14 different architectures that we cover. But definitely, if you can document what you're doing, we can see how your approach is and how close is and how we can further integrate.
So the scenario you described, I think it's very interesting for us. We sort of, so I mean, you can use Easy in GitLab. What is it? Pipelines is called. So there's something in the GitLab. I don't know how's it called in GitLab, but there's something prepared, so you can just use that. I think that maybe there's also documentation about it. Unless if not, then we can ask someone if we know about the GitLab part. We also maybe our work with dev.easy.io is a little bit relevant. But I'm not so sure. Maybe you don't want to install the bot for managing this. So of course you could do that. That some sites have done this. Yeah. So, but yeah, maybe we can have a chat about what you have in mind really, and see then also.
Yeah, I mean the GitLab part is not really an issue. We have that covered. The issue I'm looking now is like which container image to choose to have the things built. I guess I'll just take the image that you guys are using and maybe simplify it a bit because I don't need things like AWS integration and tools and things like that. And then just what to keep in mind to get all these environment variables for the EasyExtend, how to set them properly to get stuff installed locally into expected locations and all of these details.
In terms of the container image for the build, I would just use the same one as we are doing, especially if you want to provide builds that you can later then also push upstream or get deployed into Easy itself. Because that way you're already testing in the exact same build environment as that we will be using, which is only going to help you avoid surprises when you actually contribute stuff back. And that image maybe has some tools that are irrelevant for you, but that's okay. They're not going to get in the way, and that image is still quite small. So I don't think that's going to be a big problem.
Have you thought about how you want in the staging area, how you want to make this available to users, how they get access to that?
For us, they just end up as modules. So it's just module load like anything else.
Okay, so you sort of somehow you build directly on the system where it's accessible then? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think what some have done is that they have this host injections which now by default points to /opt/easy. They have pointed that to another SermFS repository, and then that becomes available also everywhere where you make it available. So that could be an option, but I don't say it's a must.
Yeah, I guess, but I think NFS share for us is good enough to start with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But you just need access to.
If we ever come to across a requirement to share our whole software repository with the whole world, then CVMFS is the way to go.
Yeah, sure. No. Okay. Yeah, but okay. So if you have any questions about that after the session, just reach out.
And sharing what you're doing with that GitLab pipeline as soon as you have that figured out, Yuri, this could be interesting for one of the upcoming happy hours, to do like a kind of show and tell. Maybe that's.
Yeah. In the chat, Pedro also shared some links. Maybe those could be interesting for you, Yuri.
That's more the user side of things, where we have a GitLab. It's not an action component, I guess. The GitLab component to get access to easy and the CI workflow that is being run in GitLab. But what Yuri has is going beyond that. That's more of a pipeline to build stuff and automate that whole process. Different use case, but yeah, related.
Other question. Maybe wishes. What should we cover in these happy hours?
And maybe also ideas are welcome for the next one. So the next happy hour is the 10th. That means we all need to wear a party hat or something special.
Maybe I can add something as we mentioned. So basically we can build an already existing module. For example, if I build a module OpenMPI again using EASSI-extend, but that doesn't mean that the currently built software will use that OpenMPI. Just to clarify that this can't happen because our software that is already built is our path to the OpenMPI, which exists in EaSI. So just building OpenMPI, for example, on top doesn't mean that the actual software will use that OpenMPI.
Oh, do you mean replacing what exists in EaSI, sort of overshadowing that is not so easy. You need to hack it.
That would be worth covering for sure. Yeah, what you can do. That's again where the host injections comes in, right? We actually bake paths into binaries to give you the option to override some stuff that we include with EaSI. I think that would be an interesting topic. Yeah, to basically show that we're planning ahead and giving you ways to inject stuff into EaSI, even though we're like hard linking everything with our paths. I think that would be good to cover. Yeah.
Maybe we did cover a bit of that in past sessions and also in the webinars, but it is definitely worth that. Maybe we can have a dedicated session. Yeah.
Yeah, with maybe a hands-on demo or where people can ask some questions if it's unclear or whatever. Yeah, makes sense.
Just let me know whenever you want me to stop the recording in case there are questions.
Maybe we can stop the recording now and then stop recording.